Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. Something wild has been stirring in the NFL rumor mill, and it's got fans buzzing like never before. Word on the street is that the Pittsburgh Steelers might be pulling off one of the biggest defensive moves in recent years, bringing in none other than Fred Warner, the monster defender himself, to take charge of their linebacker core. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Fred Warner who's been the heart and soul of the San Francisco 49ers defense, the guy who reads plays like he's got a cheat code, might be switching to the black and gold. Nothing's official yet, but the whispers are getting louder, and honestly, it's the kind of rumor that makes you sit up straight and refresh your feed every 5 minutes. Warner has been the definition of consistency, leadership, and controlled chaos on the field. The Steelers, a team that's built its entire identity on physical defense and iron-willed linebackers, might just have found their next legend. Imagine Warner under that terrible towel energy, commanding the middle of the field, barking orders, setting the tone, and making opposing offenses regret every yard they try to steal. This could change everything for Pittsburgh's future. The Steelers have always had a reputation for crafting elite defenders, but in recent seasons, fans have felt something missing in that classic steel curtain energy. The front seven has shown flashes of brilliance, sure, but consistency has been an issue, especially when injuries and depth concerns come into play. Now, if this rumor about Fred Warner proves to be true, we're talking about a potential defensive renaissance. Warner isn't just a player. He's a system, a mindset, a walking blueprint for defensive excellence. His football IQ is off the charts, and his ability to diagnose plays before they even unfold could give the Steelers the kind of edge they haven't had since the prime days of Troy Polamalu and James Harrison. The thought of pairing Warner with guys like TJ, Watt, and Minkah Fitzpatrick is almost unfair. It's like giving an already loaded arsenal a nuclear option. Warner's leadership could elevate not just the linebacking unit, but the entire defense, setting a tone of discipline, aggression, and relentless pursuit that defines championship-caliber teams. The connection between Warner and the Steelers might not be as far-fetched as it sounds. Pittsburgh has a long history of valuing leadership and high-character players, and Fred Warner checks every single box. He's not the flashy type who makes headlines for off-field drama. He's the silent assassin, the film room junkie, the first guy in and the last one out of the facility. Mike Tomlin, a coach who thrives on culture, accountability, and toughness, would absolutely love a guy like Warner wearing the black and gold. Imagine the conversations in the locker room, the film sessions, the way Warner's intensity would blend with Tomlin's philosophy. It's almost poetic. Plus, the Steelers have been looking for a true quarterback of the defense ever since Ryan Shazier's tragic injury, and this could be the missing piece they've been searching for. Warner brings stability, leadership, and playmaking instincts that can transform an entire defensive scheme overnight. Of course, any move like this would raise massive questions about logistics and salary cap implications. Warner isn't cheap. He's one of the highest-paid linebackers in the league, and rightfully so. For the Steelers to land him, some serious maneuvering would have to happen behind the scenes. Maybe a few contracts get restructured, maybe a big trade package is on the table. But let's be honest, if any franchise knows how to make bold defensive investment pay off, it's Pittsburgh. The organization thrives on taking calculated risks that reinforce its defensive legacy. The buzz around this rumor feels different because it's not some wild, baseless talk. It's got weight, it's got momentum, and insiders are hinting that something could be brewing quietly. Even if this is just speculation for now, it's the kind of speculation that feels too fitting to ignore. Warner in a Steelers uniform almost seems like destiny. Now, if we dive deeper into what Fred Warner actually brings on the field, the excitement makes even more sense. His coverage skills as a linebacker are elite. He moves like a safety, reacts like a corner, and hits like a freight train. Offenses struggle to fool him with play action or misdirection because his instincts are razor sharp. He's the type of player who can shut down tight ends, plug running lanes, and still make splash plays in the backfield. Pittsburgh's defense has always thrived on versatility, and Warner fits that mold perfectly. He's the kind of player who can disguise blitzes, communicate complex adjustments mid-play, and rally the team with his sheer presence. If this move happens, it's not just about adding talent. It's about adding a leader who elevates everyone around him. The Steelers would instantly go from a top 10 defense to a legitimate top 3 unit in the league, maybe even the best. And let's not forget the fan reaction. Oh, it would be nuclear. Steelers Nation lives for defensive legends, and Warner's arrival would light a fire across social media, sports talk shows, and locker rooms alike. Fans have been craving that next defensive superstar to rally behind, and Fred Warner fits that narrative to perfection. He's got that quiet confidence, that do-your-job mentality that resonates with Pittsburgh's blue-collar spirit. The moment he steps on a Heinz Field wearing black and gold, you can already picture the stadium shaking. It's the kind of move that reignites faith in a franchise, sends a message to the entire AFC North that the Steelers aren't just rebuilding, they're reloading. Whether it's true or not, the very idea of Fred Warner joining the Steelers has already captured the imagination of fans everywhere. And honestly, who can blame them? Now let's talk about what this means for the 49ers side of things, because if this rumor gains any real traction, San Francisco fans are going to have questions, big ones. Losing Fred Warner would be seismic. He's been the face of that defense, the anchor of their identity, the glue that holds everything together. The 49ers have built their defensive success around his ability to control the middle of the field and communicate with surgical precision. If Warner truly were to leave, the ripple effect could be massive. Replacing a linebacker of his caliber isn't something you do overnight. It changes the chemistry, the flow, the emotional heartbeat of that defense. San Francisco has depth, sure, but Warner's leadership can't be replicated. You can teach schemes, you can teach technique, but you can't teach that kind of instinctive football IQ. It would be a shocking shift that might force the 49ers to rethink their entire defensive blueprint. But from the Steelers' perspective, the timing couldn't be more intriguing. The AFC North is stacked, with Joe Burrow's Bengals, Lamar Jackson's Ravens, and even the Browns showing flashes of life. And Pittsburgh knows it needs an X factor to stay competitive. Offensively, they're still finding their rhythm, but defensively, they've always had the tools to dominate. Adding Warner could tilt that balance entirely in their favor. He's the kind of player who doesn't just make plays. He changes the psychology of the game. Offenses have to account for him every single down. Quarterbacks hesitate, running backs dance too long and tight and start hearing footsteps before the ball even arrives. That's the impact Fred Warner brings. And when you pair that kind of mental edge with the physical power of TJ, you've got chaos brewing for every opponent that dares step into Acrisure Stadium. There's also the question of chemistry, because Pittsburgh's locker room thrives on cohesion and trust. Bringing in a superstar like Warner isn't just about X's and O's. It's about how his leadership blends with the team's current structure. Luckily, Warner's reputation precedes him as one of the most respected players in the league. He's not a diva. He's a professional who leads by example. That fits perfectly with the Steelers' DNA. Imagine team meetings where Warner breaks down film next to both dissecting offenses with surgical detail. It's the kind of intellectual firepower that could make the Steelers' defense a nightmare to prepare for. You can already see young players soaking up every word he says, learning not just how to play, but how to think the game. That's the kind of long-term impact a player like Warner can have, one that goes far beyond the highlight reels. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. And you know what? Sometimes these rumors start as whispers and turn into reality faster than anyone expects. The NFL is unpredictable like that. Players move, franchises evolve, and the right opportunity can change everything overnight. Maybe this is one of those moments. Maybe the Steelers see their window opening and decide to go all in, to make a statement that echoes across the league. Warner would instantly bring credibility and fear factor back to a team that's always prided itself on defensive toughness. And let's face it, if there's one city that knows how to celebrate defensive greatness, it's Pittsburgh. From Mean Joe Green to Jack Lambert, from James Harrison to TJ Watt, this city lives and breathes defense. Adding Fred Warner to that lineage wouldn't just make sense, it would be historic. Even a media circus around this potential move would be electric. Every talk show, every podcast, every social media thread would explode with takes, theories, and debates. Some would call it impossible. Others would say it's destiny. Analysts would start breaking down film, imagining how Warner would look in that black and gold uniform, running the show alongside one Fitzpatrick. Fans would flood comment sections with mock trades and Photoshop edits of Warner in a Steelers jersey. The excitement would be contagious, spreading like wildfire across the football community. Because deep down, even rival fans respect what Warner brings to the game. He's that rare kind of player who transcends team colors and earns universal admiration. The idea of him in Pittsburgh just hits differently. It feels iconic, cinematic, inevitable. And as the dust settles on this swirling storm of speculation, one thing's for sure. The NFL loves a good story, and this one's got all the ingredients. Drama, legacy, ambition, and the allure of what could be. Maybe it's just talk, or maybe it's the first spark of something real. Either way, the possibility of Fred Warner wearing the Steelers emblem is the kind of rumor that captures imaginations and sets the football world ablaze. Because in the end, this isn't just about a player changing teams. It's about what he represents: leadership, dominance, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. If Fred Warner does land in Pittsburgh, the league better be ready, because the steel curtain might be about to rise again, stronger, sharper, and meaner than ever before. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.